Hello, everybody! I always gotta do that. I don't like doing that. Should I do something else?
I'm being too self-conscious.
I know. Hi, everybody. Hi, everybody! Hello, everyone! Welcome to episode 13 of Why Would You Show Me This? I am Will.
And I'm Dani.
And this week was a doozy.
Yeah.
This week, I think we found out... This week should be called Don't Show Your Girlfriend Troma Week.
Yeah, maybe.
Because we watched Poultrygeist, the wonderful film directed by Lloyd Kaufman, a Troma production about zombie chickens. I will read the synopsis in the back. When a fast food chicken restaurant is built on the site of an ancient Native American burial ground, the displaced spirits unite with the ghost of exterminated chickens and transform into Indian chicken zombies seeking revenge. Now it's up to a dim-witted counterboy and his lesbian ex-girlfriend and a burqa-wearing fry cook to put an end to the foul-feathered menace once and for all. A hilarious mix of social satire, extreme gore, and hauntingly catchy musical numbers. Very true. Poultrygeist Night of the Chicken Dead is the most gut-busting and outrageous movie in Troma's 35-year history. Possibly the best reviewed independent film since Blood Simple. Yeah,
Now, I want you to pause, rewind, and go back and listen to all of that. Except this time, watch my face. Because then you'll know exactly how I feel about this.
I might have a nice clip from us watching the film so that people can see.
Oh, you were too busy reading to see exactly how I was reacting.
Oh, okay,
so
okay.
It'll be a little treat for you while editing as well.
Oh, wonderful. Wonderful. All right. Well, obviously you know how she feels. Yeah. So this is a movie that I really, 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 really did not expect you to hate. Anyone that has never seen a Troma movie, Troma's MO is horror comedy, super, super offensive and dumb, and just stupid comedy, and, that's pretty much what it is.
Mm-hmm.
I've loved Troma for a long time. I have a Toxic Avenger tattoo on my body because Troma means so much to me.
Mm-hmm.
Troma has made me want to be a filmmaker myself. Dani, how do you feel about Troma?
I don't like it very much.
You don't like this movie? You don't like all Troma?
No, it's not all Troma. There's some that I like. I guess I saw a lot of Troma, or at least the majority of the Troma that I've seen was when I was a lot younger. So.
Yes.
I don't know. I don't think I liked it much then.
Mm-hmm.
But I could appreciate it a bit better then than I can now, probably.
And what is different now?
I don't know. I really don't know. I guess the comedy in it hasn't aged very well for me. I don't find it as funny as maybe I would when I was younger.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
Dani is an adult now, and she can't laugh at stupid dick jokes.
That's not true. There's movies that I enjoy when I was younger. I enjoyed that, and I enjoy it now.
Mm-hmm.
There's some that I don't enjoy as much, but there's some that I enjoy just as much as I did.
Mm-hmm.
So I think there are some films that age well with us, and I think there's some that don't.
I agree. I do agree. I don't know. I still think this is as funny now as I did when I first saw it. I mean, it came out in 2007, so I probably saw it around then.
Right.
And yeah, it's still great. There's still a lot of things. There's things that I forgot that were very funny to me again this time. But I must clarify that I don't really get offended by anything. I don't take offense to things. And I know that Troma is 100% satire. And even though they display very offensive things in their films, they don't have that actual thinking of maybe some of the jokes in their films. And I think this film really, as it said on the back, it's a political satire. It's a political social satire, and it really is.
Sure.
They take aim at big giant fast food corporations. They take aim at pretty much everything and everyone, I think, in this movie. But that's how I feel about it. I mean, it's a very crass movie. So if you don't think those things are funny, then maybe this movie isn't for you. I unknowingly thought that Dani would be on my same level of dumb humor.
Yeah.
But I don't know. So did you tune out as soon as we got the zombie finger in the butt in the first scene?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was that
and his like whole fantasy that he was having as well.
What fantasy?
Where they both like take off their shirts and
that was not the same scene, but yeah, I understand.
I know, I was including it though.
Okay. Yeah. You did think one part was funny.
Yes.
So please tell them the one positive you have, and then we will get in.
You're gonna have to remind me.
I have to remind her of what she thought was funny because she hated it that much.
I didn't like
the guy punching the zombie chicken on his penis.
Yeah, that was funny. I mean, I called it that he was going to have sex.
Of course! Like, this isn't really a movie where it's, like, super surprising. You kind of understand where it's gonna go.
A lot of it wasn't surprising.
Yeah. The DVD player turned on, sorry.
I mean, it's just not funny to me. I don't find this type of humor funny. Like, even when I was younger, I struggled to find American Pie funny. You know what I mean?
This is nothing like American Pie.
No,
in my
I know
mind.
it's not. Well, it is, and it's infantile humor. I feel.
In some ways, sure.
And it being like a sex comedy or whatever you would call it.
Kind of. So. I mean, there's lots of nudity, but that I wouldn't consider this a sex comedy. I would consider
there's a lot of it in this though, so it might as well be called that.
Well, yeah, I mean, but no, a sex comedy is normally the characters are on a mission to have sex.
That's true.
This is not a sex comedy.
It kind of starts out that way because he wants to get back with his girlfriend who is now a lesbian.
Who is now a lesbian, yes. Yes, he does. Yeah, I mean, I don't know.
I just feel here's the truth. I just feel like there are better films I could watch than this. I feel like this is a waste.
I'm sure that's how a lot of people feel when watching Troma films. And if you're not a Troma fan, you there is a level of quality that you're getting with Troma.
I know, I'm already bracing myself for the comments of people being like, Troma is a treasure and
Troma is a treasure.
And I'm not saying it's not. It is to you.
Yes.
And I appreciate that. That's fine. It's just not to me.
Yeah. Sure, and that's fine. I mean, maybe it might be because I discovered Troma when I was a teenager, and just the fuck you attitude really appealed to me. It still appeals to me. I love that Lloyd continues to put these movies out, and he doesn't give a shit whether they're going to get mainstream distribution or if they're going to offend people or what. This is the movies that he and Troma wants to make, and they're making them, and I absolutely love them for it.
That's great. I don't give a shit.
Yeah.
Like, sure. Okay. Alright.
Can you name a point in the movie in which you were the most just like, what the fuck, or turned off, or whatever?
Well, what the fuck and turned off are totally different.
Well, give me one for each.
Okay, what the fuck?
Yeah.
I don't know. The chicken dick, I guess?
Oh, yeah. The chicken dick, which comes out of the girlfriend's
lesbian lover.
Yes.
We're not even gonna try to sum this movie up because there's no point in trying to sum it. Because truthfully, it would take most of this video to sum up everything that happens in this. Like, there's a lot that happens in like an hour and a half.
Yeah, well, 1:42. It's an hour and 42 minutes.
It's a lot.
Yeah.
It's a lot. Like, and I mean, it does my least favorite thing where it feels like it's gonna end like 5 different points.
No, it doesn't.
Yes, it does.
Look, okay, so there was 2 chicken zombies that get killed, and Dani thought the movie was gonna end. There's a gigantic amount of chicken zombies outside of the restaurant, and they still need to be dealt with.
Oh, yes, I'm sorry that I believe that maybe this wasn't going to follow a logistical point to an end.
Truthfully, there is character development. There is.
Shut up.
There is.
Shut
At the end
up.
of the movie, the main character is like, "Yeah, I'm stupid," and
I don't care. I don't care. You know what would have only been redeeming is if he got killed.
He did. Do you not forget?
That's true.
Jesus.
Okay. Yeah, well, yeah, everybody dies in the end.
Every single person in this movie is dead.
And I was gonna say, best part of the
credits were your favorite part of the movie.
No, not the credits when they blew up in the fucking car.
Yes. The infamous Troma car crash.
Yeah. Which
I think has now been in 6 Troma movies, maybe? Lloyd's really stretching his buck.
And of course, he couldn't help but also be in it as well.
Yeah, of course. Well, Lloyd is the face of Troma. And at this point, he just should be in the movies. He was in Terra Firma. He was not in, was he in Citizen Toxie? He may have been in it for a very small amount of time.
He could be the face of Troma. He doesn't need to show his ass in this film.
Oh, yes, he does.
Which I saw 1 too many times.
Yes, he does.
I don't want to see old man, but I'm not into it.
Oh.
I'm just not.
Well, you also don't love Lloyd. I get it. Lloyd can do whatever he wants.
I respect him, but I want him far away from me and his films.
Lloyd, you know what's funny is
I respect him from afar.
I feel that Lloyd is a very, very just normal man outside of what he shows to the world and his films.
Okay. You can feel that way. That's fine.
Yeah, I do. So this this one it was almost a game changer, not a game changer. We almost changed it.
Yes.
Dani knows Toxie more than anything, and she said that at least Toxie has heart.
Yes. Toxie does have heart.
Which it does. But between this and Citizen Toxie, they're both very, very, very similar in their in the content that's in them.
At least there has to look and this is a growing trend in Will's films, is there has to be a redeeming quality. And he likes to pick films where there isn't one.
There is this movie is fucking hilarious.
There's no redeeming quality to this film. It's crap all the way through. I'm sorry. And I know I'm going to get a ton of hate.
You gotta stop talking about all this hate that you're going to get in every episode. Who gives a fuck? It's your opinion. Just give it.
It is.
It doesn't matter.
Okay.
You know what? So many people could say, because I like Troma, that there is something wrong with me.
I don't think so. I don't think that's gonna happen.
But I mean, that's on the surface, Troma is crass and gory and offensive and all of this shit. But truthfully, when you look at this movie, it is talking about social issues. It is
not in a way that I want to fucking listen. Not in a way that I actually want to listen to what like that. I mean, that's a good point that you bring up, because I did want to bring that up.
What?
I mean, no matter what you're making a film about, it all depends on the presentation of what you're trying to say, which is why we also differ on it. And I always hate to bring up other films because we do it a bunch, but we differ on a Serbian film. We both agree that I mean, we even kind of disagree that it's about a political statement. I believe that they use it as an excuse.
No, I don't.
And you believe that they really made that film to demonstrate how terrible it is where they're at.
Yeah.
So we differ on that, but we both agree that, you know, that there are films that are made for certain reasons and stuff like that.
Well, they're also... You're talking about both Poultrygeist and a Serbian film. They're both films which use shock...
Yes.
...to gain eyes on an issue.
And I'm not a fan of that.
But
that
why?
Approach.
I mean, shock for shock's sake is one thing, but shock for shoving something in someone's face, saying this is happening in the real world and you need to pay attention to this.
Because sometimes... because of the shock, it outweighs the fucking message you're trying to portray.
I disagree. I think because of the shock, it then opens you up to receive that message. Just like comedy, when stand-up comedians are actually trying to get something across, they're doing it as making you laugh, which is opening up.
But they also take that risk in turning off a lot of their fans, and you know that that's true.
Sure, I mean, Troma is... It's not for everyone. I get it.
And I also mean that in the comedic sense that you're talking about in stand-up comedy, is they take that risk, just like filmmakers take that risk, in saying that message, knowing that there are going to be people who don't agree. Yeah. And are turned off and are like, I'm not going to listen to you anymore.
Sure, but you have to do what you want to do the way you want to do it.
Yeah, and again, like I said, I respect him from afar. You know what I mean? Like,
You'll give him a thumbs up while he's down the street.
Yeah, sure. I respect him and what he's trying to do. I don't agree with how he's trying to do it, necessarily, or how other filmmakers try to do it with shock that, like I says, outweighs or distracts you so much from what you're actually trying to say. And I believe there are films out there that are like that, and I believe this is one of them.
Sure. I don't know. I just feel that this... I don't know. I love Troma, and I think... I just wish that... It's like, because Troma's thing is like, you know, just make fun of everything. It's just like how, like, South Park is, and how a lot of things are. A lot of the things that I like make fun of just everything and everyone. Right. And I enjoy when that can happen and everybody can just laugh and be like, yeah, I get it. Like, I feel like that is a much better way to be and to, like, to connect with people, because people do connect over comedy and over making fun of one another in a jestful way. And that's what I feel Troma does. I mean, it's no one is safe from being made fun of in a Troma movie, including Lloyd, including themselves, you know?
That brings me to another thing that I think I talked to you about, which was the doing it in a smart way. Yeah, well, South Park, I feel, and that's the thing. Even when I watched South Park at first, I was like, "Wow, this is really crass." You know what I mean? It shocks you. You get over the initial shock, and then you know. And truthfully, it wasn't until I was a little bit older watching South Park that I understood, like, the actual message that they're trying to portray.
Sometimes South Park is just crass. Yeah, I mean, and that's okay too. I mean, I think comedy can be smart, can be dumb. You know, dick jokes, very, very complex jokes. I mean, it's a whole spectrum of comedy. There's a whole spectrum of films. And I think it's okay to like all of it. Right.
No, I believe that. I'm just not one of those people.
But the thing about this is that it is dumb though. Like it's I know the writing isn't smart, and that's not the point. No, I don't think. It's meant to be very blunt. Like, at one point, I think you said something was very ham-fisted, and I was like... I do. Yeah. No, I understand it's supposed to be.
It's just, I feel like... Like, there are things that you have written, and there's stuff that I have read that is better. than the stuff that was written. I just feel that way.
Of course there is. Yeah, I mean, I think anytime you watch anything, there's going to be something better out there.
Oh, I don't know.
What is something that you would watch and you think there's nothing better out there?
I don't know, better, but maybe doesn't feel the same way. Does that count?
Like what? What are you talking about?
Like a ghost story.
Oh, well, sure. I mean, Ghost... Well, these are two entirely different...
No, I'm not talking about in comparison. You're talking about the concept of watching something and you saying nothing is as good.
Well, yeah, I mean, I definitely think that there are films better than A Ghost Story, in my personal opinion.
I think in that genre, I don't know.
Yeah, no, I've seen... I have plenty of different movies that I like better than A Ghost Story. Not to say that that's a bad movie. It's just that I think that there's always... It's hard for me to pinpoint my favorite movie ever that I can't put anything above that movie. Because there are so many movies on the same tier.
There's some for you.
I wouldn't be able to pinpoint my favorite movie. I can never do that. I can never say this is ultimately my favorite movie.
And I can.
Yeah. Because there's just so many for me.
Mm-hmm.
It's hard to pick. But I mean, there's always going to be something better out there. I believe that. I mean...
Is there one movie that resonates, that you feel like resonates the most with you?
In a certain genre, or just one movie at all?
Just resonates with you in your life.
When I think of my favorite movies, a lot of them are movies that I watched as a kid, because they still make me feel really good. Like Goonies, I can watch that anytime I watch that movie. I just feel great. It's like a fucking like I'm taking a pill or something.
Mm-hmm.
It's like I just feel good watching that.
Mm-hmm.
I mean that Little Monsters, Drop Dead Fred.
What about more hard-hitting stuff? Like, would you say stuff like Bergman?
Oh yeah, I mean Seventh Seal, High and Low by Kurosawa, 2001: Space Odyssey. I mean that's the thing is that like I think another thing that you had said is like, how can you like this and also like A Ghost Story?
Yes.
Yeah, and I think that is a healthy thing to like everything. I love film. And I love that people can make completely different things in the same medium. And it's just it's all out there to enjoy. So I want to enjoy it all.
Maybe I recognize something in me that is unable to do that at times.
What is that?
I mean, you can enjoy stuff for what it is.
Mm-hmm. I leave everything else at the door. I'm in here watching a movie, and that's...
I don't necessarily have that ability so much.
Why?
I don't know. I'm not sure, truthfully, why. I have a hard time disconnecting from movies, I think. And that makes it hard.
When you're in a movie, you're in that world and it's real to you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm experiencing whatever we're seeing.
Yes.
And I have a very hard time disconnecting that. Now, I don't feel that with this film. Like, that's not something I experienced with this film. It's not possible.
You're not getting chased by chicken zombies?
I'm not, no. With my tits.
You didn't feel any terror?
No.
Hey, there were some women that didn't show their boobs.
And I think maybe I think that may be part of the issue sometimes.
The nudity?
No, when I can't immerse myself, when I can't imagine this happening to me.
Oh, okay.
And then I'm just like, well, this is a waste of time.
But, I mean, you also enjoy... We've watched a few bad movies together that you've enjoyed.
True.
You can look at this as a bad movie. I mean...
I guess, but it's just so... I mean, I'm sure I've talked about this before. I don't enjoy shit that shocks and just... In my opinion, doesn't do it well. It doesn't, like I said, overshadows what you're trying to say. Then I don't think you're doing it well.
Is there a shocking film that you think does it right?
Yeah, Irreversible.
Okay, so you think that Irreversible, that scene is integral?
Oh yeah.
Well, I mean it is. I mean that's a fact.
And I hate it. And I hate it. Yeah. And I hate it so much. And it's not like anybody watches that scene or that film in general and enjoys any part of it.
It's not for enjoyment.
No.
I mean, Gaspar Noé put in a frequency track to make people feel nauseated as they were watching the movie.
Yeah, and that kind of, and I love that kind of thing.
Yeah.
I love.
You love when the director is actively fucking with the audience.
Oh yeah, I love that.
What do you think this is, though?
No,
I mean, don't you think all that offensive, crass bullshit is trying to fuck with the audience?
This is someone trying to swing their dick around and knocking over everything they can possible in the attempt of trying to do that.
Oh, I so disagree with you.
I know you do, but it's just... So yes, I do believe there are films out there that shock.
Yes, and do it well.
And do it well.
Yes. I thought you were going to say Girl with Dragon Tattoo.
No.
Since that's one of
your
favorites.
I do like...
But that is also one that I like as well. Mm-hmm. That I feel does the same. It balances the shock with the message that it's trying to convey. This does not do that.
To you.
Yeah. No, to me. Yeah. I mean, let's be clear. I only speak for me. So, to me, it doesn't do that for me. Everything is so dumb and shocking that I don't care what the message is, and I just want to turn it off.
What did you think of the songs?
They're okay.
They don't...
Poultrygeist!
They're not at all catchy to me.
That's not catchy. It's been in my head since the movie was over.
I cannot sing a lick to you from this fucking movie.
We're all gonna die.
But, I mean, you've seen this movie more than once.
So. True. I think this is my third or fourth time.
Yeah, so... I would probably remember shit, too, if it was my second or third time.
I'm very sad that I have a 3-disc special edition, and I thought the third disc had the soundtrack. It does not, and I believe the soundtrack's out of print now.
I don't know. If this isn't...
Lloyd, send me a soundtrack.
If this isn't proof of true love, then I don't know what is.
Because...
Well, yeah, and you also have said that because of this movie, you are going to go hard on your next pick.
I really am.
But see, look, okay, here's the thing. I'm
gonna make you watch The Princess Diaries.
That's fine. That's fine. Here's the thing. I will sit there and I will watch it, and I will either love it or hate it, but I will watch it with my full intent, and I will enjoy the aspect of sitting here and watching it to then come and talk about it.
Okay.
And then I will come in here and talk all type of shit about it if it sucks. But let's throw this out there. So you really weren't happy that I liked Easy A?
No, I wasn't. I was sad.
Did it hurt you?
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
It's okay.
I'm sorry.
It's fine.
I'm sorry. I mean, it kind of hurts me that you don't like this.
See, so we're a little even, I guess.
That's not what it's about.
Yeah, I guess maybe it's sad to learn that my humor is much more fucking horrible and dark than yours.
That might be something you have to come to terms with.
I thought we were on the same level.
I don't know. I don't know. I mean... Again, it's not like this type of humor isn't funny. It's not like it's not like I don't like these types of jokes and stuff. It's just, I feel like when they're done better, they're funnier. And this feels like it was written by a 12-year-old. You know what I mean?
12-year-old in like a 40-year-old's body? I don't think Lloyd wrote this. I think it was other people. Maybe Lloyd had a hand.
It's just, it feels like it was...
Yeah, Lloyd was one of the writers.
It feels like it was done by like a group of like 12 to 15-year-olds.
That's what it feels
Yeah,
like
I keep turning on the DVD player.
Stop.
Turn off. God damn it. That's what happens when you have a DVD player right next to where you record your podcast. I'm sure you're all enjoying listening to this. Okay, it's off. Okay. Can you name me a dumb movie that you like? A movie that is just dumb, and you get that it's supposed to be dumb.
Fire it up.
I'm gonna cry.
Why?
Because Fired Up is not a dumb movie that's supposed to be dumb. Fired Up is a movie that is just
It is supposed to be dumb.
dumb.
That's why you didn't enjoy it, because it's the same thing. You took it way too fucking seriously and didn't understand how it doesn't take itself seriously. It's a dumb movie. It knows it's dumb, and you gotta just go with the dumb.
I tried, and it still was just too dumb.
You see what I'm talking about? So you understand what I'm going through.
When you get past the level of dumb, Like, it's just like, and that's the thing, Poultrygeist isn't dumb, but the comedy itself is, like, just
It is
dumb.
William, it is dumb.
I wouldn't call this film dumb.
It is. Oh my
I would
God.
call it, like, I would call a comedy dumb.
Well, everybody farts when they die.
There
in
is a
this
lot
film.
of farts.
Yes, there are.
There's lots of poop jokes. And,
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's lots of jerking off. There's so much jerking off in this
a
film.
lot of jerking off and sex.
It's a lot.
Yeah.
So, what the fuck were you saying? I'm sorry, what did you say about this film? It's not
I told you, the comedy is dumb.
Oh god, this film is such a piece of shit.
Oh my god.
I don't like it. A call to women. If you like Troma films, tell me why. And I'm not being accusatory, and I'm not being aggressive or anything like that. I really want to know, because I feel like this kind of stuff skews more towards males, you know? And so and Will insists. He's like, there are lots
There's
of
female
Troma
fans.
Female
Tromettes.
Troma fans. Sure. And I call to you to comment and tell me what you like about this film or any of the other ones, except for the Toxie films, because Toxie I totally like and I understand. And
we're gonna sit down and watch all the Toxie films.
Fine, that's fine.
And I'm gonna see if you still say that you like them. I feel like you have a different remembering of them.
Maybe, but
Because they're very horrible, just like this movie.
I understand that, but there's still Toxie in them.
Okay, so you just like the character Toxie
Yes,
more than anything.
because he has heart.
Yes.
Yeah.
He does.
Yes. And there's
Toxie's a very nice man.
There's nobody in this who does.
I mean, I guess I gotta agree with that.
Yeah.
I mean, somewhat. They don't have the heart like Toxie.
No.
Toxie is a very heart-filled creature character.
Yes.
He's always trying to do good and do right. This movie is a bunch of assholes.
This
well,
movie...
the main woman, she actually doesn't really do anything that bad. Truthfully, she's the one that saves everyone.
I guess. I don't know.
Yeah.
Whatever.
So yeah. I guess we'll rate it now.
Sure.
Do you want to talk about anything else?
No,
I didn't.
really.
I didn't think that you did. Okay. 1 out of 10 for Poultrygeist. Night of the Chicken Dead.
No, it's 0.
0. Wow. Your first 0. Holy shit. Well, we didn't really watch Visitor Q. I don't know if you gave Visitor Q a score. I don't think we did that.
We didn't, because we didn't watch it, and that wouldn't be fair.
Yes, I gave it a score. Yeah.
That's fine.
Wow. 0. No redeeming value. Even the one laugh doesn't even get a half a point.
Fine, 1. I'll give it a 1.
You can give it a half a point if you want.
No, I'll give it a 1.
Okay. You see that? She's so easy to be like, okay, I'll give it a 1. You just did it to make you feel a little better. You can give it a 0. That's totally fine.
No, it's a 1.
Okay. All right. It's still, we still know how you feel.
You're like, that's fine.
That's fine.
I'm gonna go cry.
Fine. I give Poultrygeist a I don't know, like 8 out of 10.
Okay.
I mean, I thoroughly enjoy this. I thoroughly enjoy Troma.
I know.
Yeah.
Good for you.
Yeah. All right. So yeah. So your first movie that you like despise.
Yeah, I liked Antichrist more than this.
Well, you gave Antichrist a 6.
Yeah, I did.
There's other movies you gave a less.
I did. Yeah. It's true.
I would say Rock and Roll Nightmare probably was the one that you gave.
You know, and I liked Rock and Roll Nightmare okay. I didn't think it was horrible.
Yeah.
I would sit through Rock and Roll Nightmare 5 times rather than sit through this movie ever again.
I would sit through Rock and Roll Nightmare 5 times.
Okay,
I would be fine with that.
Yeah.
It's an entertaining movie. This movie's not entertaining to me.
Sure. Okay. All right. Danny's got a clean mind, and I'm just a filthy son of a bitch.
That's not what I'm saying at all. Not even it. Stupid.
For this episode, I did reach out on our Twitter and with a poll, because I couldn't
Yeah, thanks.
Thanks, Twitter.
I couldn't. Well, you would have hated them all if you hated this one. It was either Terra Firma or Citizen Toxie or this.
No, I wouldn't have hated Citizen.
Yes, you would have. Yes, you would have.
Alright, fine.
You may have liked it. You may would have liked it a little bit better, but you still would have hated it for all of the shit in that movie.
Alright, we rated it, so let's wrap it up.
Oh, Jesus! It's really broke something in you. You're all pissed off now.
I'm pissed off. Are you trying to rile me up? For?
Yeah, right at the end of the podcast. Get angry. As I was saying, we had a poll on Twitter, so we do have an official Twitter account and an official Instagram account. It's just WWYSMT pod at WWYSMT pod for both Twitter and Instagram.
Mhm.
We'll post news and
I almost thought you were gonna say nudes.
And
yeah,
I
we'll
was
post
like, whoa.
nudes. We gotta get anybody that we can to watch and listen. We're desperate.
We're posting your nudes.
Yeah, send
Not
us
mine.
nudes. We'll post them.
Yes, send us nudes. No, wait, don't. Don't send us nudes, please.
Maybe we should stop this.
It's a good joke, though.
But yeah, please go follow us on both of those platforms if you use them. And we'll see you guys next episode. Bye.
Bye.